All right, hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the garden. We did just get this shipment in from Home Depot, so I am trying to set up a drip irrigation system. Just want to reiterate, this is just for entertainment. I'm just a guy doing stuff in the garden. This is not a how-to or a tutorial. So we got some tubing here, and then we should have some components in here. Let's go ahead and open up this box, see what it looks like, maybe get a rough layout set up, and move on from there. So we did decide to go with the Rainbird drip irrigation system. And this isn't the kit. A lot of times you see the kit being the one that you buy. I was thinking about getting it, but didn't have quite all of the drippers that I wanted and not quite enough tube that I needed. So I kind of copied the kit and then just added on more things that I needed. So we have the hose programmer, the timer, to let it be automated because we do have some trips planned this summer. I'm not going to be here to water the garden. Got the stakes to hold down the tube. We have a couple of these tubing stakes to hold them in the containers. I should have 3 packs of these, I believe. This is the inline bubbler. So I did get a couple bubblers in addition to the drippers. So we'll have mostly drippers, and then I think I'm gonna do 4 bubblers because I kind of thought they looked kind of cool. So I wanted to use them. Here we go. Here's another pack of tubing stakes. Last pack of tubing stakes. Because we will have roughly 30, I think we have 31 containers. So, and then 3 of those containers are large, so that's what the micro bubbler will go in. I'm thinking maybe the little flower bed too, but for the most part, each container will have a dripper. I have the 1/4 inch drip tubing in addition to the, irrigation tubing. Ooh, we got connection pieces, our hose backflow preventer. I don't know if this goes in here. Here's a filter. It's gonna go in one of these. Maybe it goes up front here. A couple elbows. Here's our tube connector, and then our pressure regulator, 25 PSI regulator, and then a little install tool to puncture the drip tube. All right, so let's lay it out. So hose piece. I don't know how these are gonna go on. I assume it maybe goes. No, it's gotta go like this, right? It's gotta go inside here, and then it screws in. I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. Got our tubing, staples. Let me clear this off. New layout, and then we'll be right back. All right, so here's everything we got up close. Like I said, we have the tubing stakes here. We have T connectors here, elbow connectors here, 4 micro bubblers. These are 10 packs, yeah, so 20 half-gallon drippers and 30 full-gallon drippers. Some goof plugs, the timer, and then the hose connectors, and then down here in the corner we have the hoses and staples. So again, I didn't buy the kit, the starter kit that comes with everything. Instead, I kind of tried to plan out my system to see what I would do, right? And so this was the first drawing of it. And so as you can see, the plan is our water faucet is on this side of the house. So we're gonna come around the kind of concrete patio with the mainline tubing, come up into that corner right behind the green tool container there, and just have lines coming along the back of my 3 different rows. And of course, I'm gonna have some flower pots along the edge here, so we'll be pulling some lines in from there. And so this was the rough kind of outline. So then try to get it down, right, what we're gonna actually need to do. And so we have the actual dimensions down here. So I measured from water faucet to corner. It's gonna be about a 13-foot run, about a 15-foot run from corner to corner along the concrete patio, and then about a 10-foot run from the corner of the patio down to the corner of the house and patio where they meet. Right, so we have about 38 feet of hose we need to use here, and then the perpendicular distance from the concrete pad to each end of the rows will be roughly 18 feet. So 3 runs of 18 on that. So we're gonna end up needing more than the 50 feet included in the kit, so that's why I was gonna have to buy more anyway, so I just went ahead and made my own. And then in the kit, they also only had like 5 of the half-gallons and like 10 of the 1-gallons and 10 2-gallons. And for my garden, and it had bubblers and sprayers, but for my garden, all of the tomato plants are on 10-gallon bags and all the pepper plants are in 5-gallon bags. So I don't need the 2-gallon. I don't think I'm gonna set it up where the 5-gallon bags are getting half-gallon drips and the 10-gallon bags are getting full-gallon drips. and then it's double, right? So if they run at the same time, it should kind of balance out. So this was the rough plan. Yeah, we'll probably be getting to it later. Right now it's a little bit hot in the garden, so probably later this evening we will try to put them all together. Yeah, that's the plan. All right, y'all, what's up? We're gonna go ahead and open up the timer, and hopefully this has instructions on it on the order that we need to plug in or kind of hook up the pressure regulator, the backflow preventer, and the hose hookup. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we find. Okay, so it already has a filter on it. Okay, so there's not much to it. I don't see any instructions for it either. There's a sticker right here. You hook it in, but I guess do you need to hang? I don't know, man. You really gotta squeeze and pull. It's pretty tight. It's 2 AA batteries to get in there. Okay, but no instructions otherwise. Seems like you hook this up and then this acts just kind of as the end of the hose. Okay, let's see. Let's take this stuff out again. Okay, so I got the iPad. This is for instructions when we get there. But right now, I kind of organize my stuff. I reorganized it a little bit earlier. So we got our drip emitters. We got the connection pieces. These are the things that hook up to the hose. And there was a filter. I need to figure out if that's staying in there or where exactly that goes in order of these 3. So I am on the Rainbird manual. We do see, right, those are the 3 pieces that we need. The backflow preventer, the regulator, and then the tubing adapter. So we're gonna go ahead and go through here and find the order they should go in. Okay, so you can see here, right, A1, A2, A3, and we do actually see that separate filter that I was wondering about, right? So the filter points kind of away from it. So A1, first thing on the list is that backflow preventer, then the pressure regulator, then the drip tubing adapter, and we do have that, right? We do have the, sorry, knocked you over there. First thing, backflow preventer, the pressure regulator, and then the tubing connector. So we got that order. We'll go ahead. So with that, and then this actually goes the other way. So I had this facing in, but this will connect. This will go on the end of my hose. All right, let's get some stuff roughly set up, see what it looks like. Just to remind you, this is the rough idea. Right, we're gonna come from the side, come around, go to the corner. That'll elbow out, and the rest of these will connect from there. So let's go ahead and get that set up. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the other thing. Got it. All right, so I got some of these staples. I'm going to put them in, try to hold it down, and start going around the corner here. All right, so we got 2 staples in, each end there. Come around here. All right, so we have the hose ran from the faucet over there, around this corner, and then all the way up to the edge here. So now we're gonna T-split it off so that we can come both ways. And then we're gonna sneak around behind the back here, T-split it there, and then elbow there. So let's get that done. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it right here. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it right here, and that's going to let us put this T in, send one way this way, up here, and then the other 2 that way. So let's go ahead and cut it. Let's cut it, it's about there. We're gonna throw this guy in, all the way to the edge there. Now, let's finish running this down over here, at least as best we can. Now the next one we need to go this row. So let's send it up this row. Okay, so we got this one cut out, going behind this row. We'll connect it back there. We need to cut a T in here, send it this way. Use a T here. Let's try to line that up. About right here. Connect this one in the middle. Let's go down to the end, cut it off. And our last one. Did plan on this being an elbow. Let's put in some stakes. This thing a little more set in place. All right, well, I finished putting the 3 rows. I could use more staples for sure. I should have ordered another set of staples, but this is all that I had left in terms of the tubing. So pretty good, probably like 90-ish feet used, like 85, I don't know, but not much tubing left over out of the 100. So now we're gonna go ahead. Oh, and I can show you the couplings. Still got 3 elbow couplings, 90 degrees. And we got 2 of the T couplings still, so we didn't use those all either. Next up, we're just going to start getting the drip irrigation put on all of these rows, some bubblers set up in there, and then we'll turn it on and see if it all works. Let's go ahead and get that drip irrigation set up. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and just puncture a hole in line in the tube where each container is. Just run a line up, or we'll put a dripper in, run a line up to the spot, and then stake it in, I guess. And we'll see how it goes. Again, these are the half-gallon drippers. We'll get two of them out. One will go here, the other one will go here. Where I put the tool. Got the puncture tool here. Be puncturing that, putting this in, connecting the hose, and running it up. Alright, so the hose is punctured. Pull it out, and we'll go ahead and shove in half-gallon per hour dripper, and then we'll be connecting and moving it up. So let's go ahead and do that. I guess I'm just going to do that for each plant, and then do the hose separate. I think that'll be maybe a little bit more efficient. And then I guess I can put one of these on each. Alright, just keep on scooting moving. Alright, so that line of drippers is installed. I suppose I could put one more where the flowers are. I do have the one extra. So, and I have another bag, so I think I did mean to put one there. So I should have one more stand though. So I gotta look for that. Silly me, that last stand, it was in the bag, so it's here. Just gonna put it in. Alright, so half gallons all the way down on this one. Time to do full gallons on that next row there. All right, so here we are. We've got the 1 gallon per hour drippers and the stakes. So let's put a couple of these in the containers. Dropped it. All right, let's get these put in. Next up is the last row. Okay, so that's the majority of the drippers. 1 micro bubbler there, micro bubbler over there, and a couple of drippers along the edge. For the most part, we got them. All right, hey, what's up, y'all? We're back in the garden for day 2 of our irrigation install. So you can see behind me, yesterday we did get the irrigation lines kind of ran each way, and I did get the emitters put in by each plant. So today we're putting in the drip tubing, connecting the stakes at each plant. Then we'll try to hook it up to the water and see if it all works, no leaks, and we'll go from there. Let's get to it. All right, so now we're just gonna go ahead and go plant by plant. I'm gonna cut off some of this tubing, push it into my dripper, run it up to the plant, snip it, stake it, call it a day. And they'll probably all be roughly this long, so I think I might do some pre-cutting just on a couple of these. Let's do those 2, see how they are. All right, so seems like that's a good kind of strategy, pre-cutting them. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I need 7 more. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out some of these, and then we'll get them put, and then I'll come back at the end for the flower pots. I wanna make sure I have enough tubing line to get all of my vegetables. 1 more. Okay, so that should be good for this side. Let's go ahead and plug them in, see how it goes. Okay, so we have all of these hooked up. I don't have the end stopped up yet, so we can't get a test yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and run all of these, and then we'll hook it up, see if it works. Let's come on over to this side. All right, so we're over here at the faucet. So I do have the split. I have my water hose going on one way, and then I'm gonna have the irrigation system on this other split. So we do have the backflow preventer, the pressure regulator. We do see the arrow going this direction, and then I'm gonna have the hose connector. We'll also have the timer on here, but right now I just wanna put this all in, run it, and check for leaks. So to connect these, should just take this hose, should be able to just shove this on it and feel it go down pretty deep. And then this top part will spin or screw on independently of the hose. And there we are. So we're just gonna make sure everything is nice and tight. We do have it open, so I'm gonna go ahead and check for leaks. So I hear the water flowing. You see the tube moving. Okay, it's still filling up. All right, it's going. I don't see any leaks up here at the top. Let's go ahead and go around and see if we can find any leaks. All right, so our first connection point right here. Don't see anything. And we do have success. We are dripping, half gallon there. Let's go down the line. Drip, we're getting drips on all of them so far. I do hear, I think we have a leak on one of these. So let's go ahead and definitely this one here. So let's see if maybe I can just kind of push it in a little bit more. We have a cut on the line, almost like it went through or something. We do have drips down at the end here, dripping on that banana pepper. Micro bubbler isn't on. So let's try to spin that cap, see if we can get it to turn on. It's pretty loose. So that one's not gonna work, I'm realizing now, because we have in the half-gallon dripper. So it's not gonna have enough pressure to push that one up. Okay, we'll have to figure that out. Let's check these. We do have drip, more drip right onto the plant though. I might wanna move, just kind of scooted it over so it's next to the plant. Got our drip. We're not getting any drip out of this one. What's going on with this one? All right, so I'm gonna do some troubleshooting and then we'll be back. All right, what's up y'all? So we are back, got everything figured out. That one over there still has the leak on the bottom. So I need to get a straight coupler piece for that. I only have T's and elbows. I guess I could use a T, but I wanna try to get a coupler because I need to get a couple more staples too. Hold these down a couple more places. And then a couple of the inline 1/4 inch emitters. Not emitters, I guess, coupler, I don't know, so that I can use the micro bubblers, because right now I don't have a way to connect those. So last thing, we're gonna try to get the timer going. So I got the batteries here, I'll go ahead and put them in, and let's see it's in. Right now, it's off. So if I go to set clock, it's currently 10:27, so let's hold that down. 10, maybe 28 now, about to be 28. Okay, 10:28 a.m. and it's currently Wednesday, my dudes. All right, so we have set the clock. Wednesday, 10:28 a.m. Set start time. So I guess we can go 6 a.m. Seems good. The second start time, yes. And then let's water again in the evening. Guess I'd say, is there an easier way to scroll? Because I want to go to like, let's see, 6 a.m. and maybe like 7:30 p.m., maybe 7:45. For how long? So these are gallons per hour, right? Half a gallon per hour and 1 gallon per hour. So let's do like, let's start, I guess, with like 45 minutes. Well, let's do 1 hour because it's per hour, right? So 1 hour run days. So we do have the yard irrigation running on Tuesdays. So let's run it on, let me get to Tuesday. So not Tuesday. We'll run it on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Maybe Monday and Saturday. Monday, Thursday, Saturday. Okay, and I think from there, it's good to go, right? It's gonna go twice. It's 10:30 right now at 6 a.m. and at 7:45 p.m. for 1 hour, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. All right, so I'm gonna go hook it up and hit water now, and we'll see what it does. All right, so I just hook it up, hit that water now. It's going for 10 minutes. You can see it dripping just a little bit there. One last quick check on all these. Okay, they do all appear to be dripping. So there's my irrigation system for now. Like I said, a couple little things. We're gonna have to fix that leak over there. Gonna need to get some connectors for the micro bubblers, and I'm gonna need to tie in my flower pots up here. But right now, we're doing good, success. But I mean, at the very least, the last thing I need to do is tie in this cucumber before we go on our trip. But that's not until next week. We still have a week to do that. So I'll probably order those pieces. And then the next time we come out here to work on the irrigation system, we'll probably do it all, fix that, and tie these in. But yeah, that was me setting up the Rainbird irrigation system. Drip watering, drip emitters. So overall, pretty good system. It is a little tedious going through with the tool, puncturing the hole, putting the thing in, cutting the tube. But you know, that's just how it is. That doing this for like, I don't know, it probably only took me about an hour and a half to get the whole thing from, you know, unboxing to being done. Maybe 2 hours actually. But that's gonna save me a lot of time with the watering, and it's gonna save the plants because I won't be here to water. And in theory, it'll save us water as well, because it'll only be using, you know, so much water versus me going through and spraying the whole thing with the hose for who knows how long. But yeah, cool. So that's been the irrigation system. Be on the lookout for the next video. We did have, I don't know if you've seen them or if you can see them, but some red grape tomatoes there. So be looking out for that video, that harvest video. All right, y'all, so that has been setting up the irrigation system. Thanks for hanging out with me. please, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. We're still going for that 100 subscribers. So shout outs to y'all for being here. Later.
The fact that you're barefoot is so funny.
What?
Because why are you barefoot?
What?
You're one with the land.
Later.